If you're a man over 60, here's something you've likely never been told. Most of the fatigue, the fading desire, the softer mornings, and even the loss of confidence you feel may not be age at all. It may be your plate. More specifically, it may be the fruits missing from it. Yes, fruits. Because buried in the produce section are 3 natural foods that can quietly rebuild your energy, awaken performance, and restore your vitality from the inside out, without pills, without embarrassment, and without waiting months. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men just like you reclaim their strength, stamina, and spark. And what I'm about to share may surprise you, because it's not about testosterone injections or prescription drugs. It's about fuel. Natural, delicious fuel your body recognizes and responds to. Most men believe decline is inevitable. But what if I told you there's a red fruit that floods your arteries with fresh blood, a green one that gently restores testosterone, and a sweet yellow one that powers your energy from the cellular level up? This is not theory. This is proven nutritional therapy, grounded in clinical research and confirmed by real stories. And today, I'll show you exactly how to use these 3 simple fruits to transform how you feel, physically, emotionally, and intimately. Stay with me. What you'll learn next might just change the way you age. Before we dive in, if you care about staying strong, energized, and confident after 60, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip designed specifically for you. And if you find this video helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what you'd like to see next. I'm here to serve you. Alright, let's begin with the first fruit, and it might surprise you. It's not a trendy supplement or some exotic superfood from across the world. It's a fruit that's been quietly studied by scientists for its powerful ability to restore circulation, support the prostate, and bring back firmness where it counts. Let's talk about pomegranate, and why every man over 60 should make it a daily habit. 1. Pomegranate, the circulation supercharger. I'll never forget the look on George's face. He was 72, sat quietly in my office, and said something I've heard from far too many men. "Doc, I'm not the man I used to be." His energy was down, his confidence was gone, and intimacy had become a distant memory. But what stood out most wasn't just what he said, it was what he didn't know. George didn't realize that his biggest issue wasn't age, it was blood flow. And it turns out, one of the most powerful ways to restore that is something you can find in the produce aisle. Pomegranate. This ancient fruit, long regarded as a symbol of vitality in cultures around the world, is now backed by modern science for what it does to aging arteries. Pomegranate is packed with polyphenols, compounds that act like fuel for your blood vessels. They help your arteries expand, your circulation improve, and your nitric oxide levels rise. That last one is key. Nitric oxide is the very molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels and allowing blood to flow freely, especially to the areas where older men need it most. What's remarkable is how quickly it works. In one clinical study, older men who drank pomegranate juice daily experienced noticeable improvements in erection strength and endurance within just 2 weeks. 2 weeks. No side effects, no prescriptions, just natural blood flow restoration from one fruit. But the benefits don't stop there. Pomegranate also helps calm inflammation, reduce oxidative stress, and protect the prostate. 3 issues that slowly chip away at male health over time. For men who struggle with nighttime trips to the bathroom or feel the slow pressure of an enlarging prostate, pomegranate offers gentle, natural support. And the taste? Refreshing, slightly tart, and deeply satisfying, especially when you know what it's doing for your body. George followed my advice. Just 6 ounces of pure, unsweetened pomegranate juice every morning. That was it. 2 weeks later, he came back into my office. Same man, different energy. His posture had changed. He smiled more. He even joked that his wife had started looking at him differently again. That wasn't magic. That was biology, reawakened through fruit. It's easy to overlook pomegranate because it's not flashy. It doesn't promise quick fixes or make loud claims on a bottle, but that's exactly why it works. It supports your body where it needs it most: your blood vessels, your heart, your prostate, and yes, your performance. So if you've been feeling slower in the morning, if intimacy feels more like a memory than a reality, I urge you, don't reach for the pills first. Reach for pomegranate. Nature put this fruit here for a reason. It was built for strength, for endurance, and for restoration. And as powerful as this fruit is, it's just the beginning. Because next, I'm going to share the green fruit that helps older men boost testosterone naturally, without injections, gels, or expensive clinics. And most men have been ignoring it their entire lives. 2. Avocado, the testosterone booster. I still remember the quiet frustration in Harold's voice when he leaned in and said, "I just don't feel like a man anymore." He was 68, fit for his age, retired, and doing all the right things. But something had shifted. His drive was gone, not just in the bedroom, but in life. He felt slower, softer, invisible even. What Harold didn't know, and what so many men don't realize, is that this isn't just about age, it's about testosterone. Now, testosterone isn't just a number or a hormone, it's a feeling. It's the fire in your belly when you wake up ready to take on the day. It's the confidence in your voice, the strength in your grip, and yes, the passion that fuels intimacy and purpose. And the problem? After 60, most men are running low. But there's a natural way to feed your hormones again, and it doesn't come in a vial or a patch. It comes from a fruit you've probably walked past in the grocery store 1,000 times. Avocado. That creamy green fruit holds the key to reigniting your testosterone naturally. It's packed with monounsaturated fats, the good kind, that your body needs to produce healthy levels of testosterone. It's also rich in magnesium and zinc, two minerals essential for male hormone balance. And perhaps most importantly, it's loaded with vitamin B6, which helps reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that quietly strangles testosterone production over time. When Harold began eating just half an avocado a day, with his eggs in the morning or sliced over a salad, something changed. Within a week, his energy picked up. He said he felt more present, more grounded, more alive. His mood improved. His sleep deepened. And that fire he thought was lost forever? It started to flicker again. We live in a world that sells quick fixes for male decline: shots, pills, synthetic gels. But the truth is, your body was never broken. It just needed the right fuel. Avocados deliver that fuel in the most natural form possible. They're also high in potassium, which helps regulate blood pressure and supports heart health, a critical piece of the performance puzzle. One of the things I love most about avocados is how simple they are. No special prep, no complex plan, just half a fruit a day can shift your biology in a meaningful way. And when you combine it with other small changes, like better sleep, a little movement, and deep breathing, you create a hormonal environment that works with you, not against you. This isn't just about bringing testosterone back. It's about bringing you back. The man who walks tall, speaks with clarity, and lives with purpose. Testosterone isn't youth, it's vitality. And avocados are one of the most underrated tools we have to reclaim it, naturally and powerfully. Harold isn't alone. I've seen dozens of men turn a corner in their energy and confidence just by adding this one fruit to their daily rhythm. It's not flashy, but it works. And when your hormones start to realign, everything changes. Your metabolism, your sleep, your mood, your connection with your partner. But while testosterone is the engine, it still needs a spark to fire. And that spark often comes from energy. The deep, cellular energy that keeps you moving, thinking, and performing like yourself again. And that's exactly what the next fruit delivers. It's sweet, it's simple, and it fuels your body in ways no supplement ever could. Let's talk about the most underrated energy fruit every man over 60 should eat, and why you might already have it in your kitchen. 3. Banana, the energy igniter and artery protector. There was a man named Walter I worked with a few years ago. He was 73, used to be a school principal, proud father of 3, and someone who'd always taken pride in staying active. But when he came into my office, he wasn't himself. His words were steady, but his shoulders sagged. He said, "Doc, I feel tired all the time. Not just in my body, but in my mind, my spirit, I wake up already drained. It wasn't sadness, it was depletion. He'd lost his edge. I asked him a simple question. When was the last time you felt truly energized after breakfast? He looked at me puzzled. I skip most mornings, he said. And that right there was the clue. Because the body, especially after 60, doesn't just wake up by itself. It needs support. It needs fuel that speaks the language of your heart, your blood vessels, and your brain. That's where the humble banana comes in. Most men dismiss it as basic, but I see it as foundational. Bananas are loaded with potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B, nutrients that do far more than just prevent cramps. They actually work behind the scenes to relax your blood vessels, protect your arteries, and give your body the minerals it needs to generate energy where it counts, at the cellular level. When Walter began starting his mornings with a banana, paired with a little nut butter and a glass of water, he felt a shift within days. He told me, I didn't just have more energy, I felt steadier, like I wasn't crashing halfway through the morning. That's because bananas support your body's natural rhythm. They help regulate blood sugar, calm stress through tryptophan, which boosts serotonin, and they fuel your muscles, heart, and even your brain. And when energy flows consistently, everything feels easier. Walking, thinking, staying present, and yes, performing in moments that matter. Bananas also support cardiovascular health, which plays a huge role in performance for older men. Weak circulation means weak function. And potassium, the star nutrient in bananas, is a natural protector of artery health. It keeps blood pressure in check and allows blood to move freely through the body, including to those areas that may have been struggling in recent years. The beauty of this fruit is in its simplicity. There's no prep, no recipe, no guesswork. It travels well, it digests easily, and it delivers results without needing any fancy plans. I tell my patients, if you want consistent energy, start with consistent habits, and a banana a day is one of the best. It's amazing how something so ordinary can make such an extraordinary difference. Walter didn't change his entire life, he just added a banana every morning, and 2 weeks later, his wife called to thank me. Not just for the banana, but for bringing back the version of her husband she hadn't seen in years. Energy is the foundation. Without it, nothing else works. And as you rebuild it, one layer at a time, you begin to feel your body come back online. But what happens when you take these three fruits, pomegranate, avocado, and banana, and put them together, day after day, in a rhythm your body understands? That's where real transformation begins. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how these fruits work together to unlock strength, confidence, and performance you may have thought were gone for good. 4. Why these three fruits work better together. There's something powerful that happens when you stop treating your body like it's broken and start feeding it like it's rebuilding. I've seen it again and again with men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. They come in feeling tired, foggy, frustrated. They're convinced they've crossed some invisible line they can't come back from. And then, something shifts. They start with one small change, a fruit here, a better breakfast there, and suddenly, that spark they thought was lost begins to flicker back to life. But here's the truth most people miss. It's not just the individual fruits that make the difference. It's what happens when you use them together, consistently, daily, and with intention. Pomegranate, avocado, and banana may seem like simple foods, but each one fills a critical gap in the male body as it ages. Pomegranate floods your arteries with circulation, reviving blood flow and protecting the prostate. Avocado feeds your hormones, giving testosterone a chance to rise naturally without stress or synthetic help. Banana fuels your cells with clean, steady energy, stabilizing mood, improving focus, and keeping your heart strong. Together, they form a triangle of support: circulation, hormones, and energy, all reinforcing each other in ways no supplement ever could. One of my longtime patients, Richard 69, said it best. I didn't just feel better, I felt back, like my body remembered what it was made to do. And that's exactly it. These fruits don't add something foreign, they unlock something familiar. Something your body was designed to do all along, but lost access to because of poor habits, processed food, or simply not knowing what it truly needed. You don't need fancy powders or expensive miracle cures. You need the building blocks nature already created. Whole foods with specific nutrients your body craves more than ever after 60. When you combine these three fruits into a simple daily rhythm, you create a quiet storm of healing, stronger circulation, more stable testosterone, smoother digestion, improved sleep, and yes, a real return of confidence in the bedroom. This isn't about becoming a younger man again. It's about becoming the strongest version of yourself right now. Because strength isn't about age, it's about alignment. When your blood, hormones, and energy come back into balance, your body knows what to do. It starts showing up for you again. You wake up with purpose. You stand taller. You feel more engaged with your partner, your passions, your life. I've guided countless men through this exact process. No gimmicks, no pressure, just food as medicine. And what always amazes me is how quickly the body responds when you give it what it's been quietly asking for. But perhaps the most powerful part of all is this: it's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or even a 5, when you begin feeding your body the right way, you begin reversing the damage. And it starts with something as small and as powerful as a piece of fruit. Now, if you've made it this far, you're not just curious, you're committed. And in the final part of this video, I'm going to give you a clear, simple plan to put everything we've talked about into action, starting tomorrow morning. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Conclusion: reclaiming strength, energy, and vitality. After 60. I've been a men's health doctor for over 3 decades, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: aging doesn't break a man, giving up does. Too many good men believe the lie that once you reach a certain age, your best days are behind you. They accept the fatigue, the weaker mornings, the slower thoughts, the loss of desire, as if it's all just part of the process. But what I've seen, again and again, is that the body is always ready to heal, always ready to respond, if we simply give it the right support. We began with pomegranate, the fruit of circulation. Because without blood flow, nothing else works. It doesn't matter how much desire you have. If the arteries are stiff and the vessels are weak, performance suffers. But with daily pomegranate, those pathways begin to open again, and men often tell me they feel a pulse of life returning that they thought was gone for good. Then came avocado, the quiet powerhouse. It doesn't shout for attention, but it works behind the scenes to support testosterone, to reduce stress, and to bring back the kind of grounded, steady strength that makes you feel like yourself again. For many men, that inner shift, the return of hormonal balance, is the beginning of everything else falling back into place. And then there's banana. Sweet, familiar, and often overlooked, yet it feeds the heart, the muscles, and the brain. It gives men the kind of clean, sustainable energy that carries them through the day, not just physically, but emotionally. Because when your energy is strong, you show up better for your work, your relationships, and for yourself. Together, these 3 fruits create a foundation that I believe every man over 60 deserves. You don't need to chase youth, you need to reclaim vitality. And that begins with how you nourish yourself, not just with food, but with belief. You need to believe that strength is still possible, that connection is still possible, that change is still possible. I've walked this road with hundreds of men, some in their 60s, others in their 80s, and I've seen firsthand what happens when they commit to small, daily actions. Not only does their energy return, but so does their spirit. Their posture changes. Their tone of voice lifts. Their partners notice. Their confidence rebuilds. Not because of a miracle, but because of a simple truth. Your body wants to work for you. It just needs your help. So if something in this message spoke to you, I hope you take it seriously. Not someday, but now. Choose the foods that feed your strength. Choose the habits that restore your energy. Choose to live like the man you still are. Because this isn't the end of your story. It's just a new chapter, and you get to decide how it's written from here. If this video helped you in any way, and you believe in supporting honest, life-changing health advice made just for men like you, consider making a small donation. It helps us keep this channel ad-free, independent, and focused entirely on giving you the truth you deserve. Every dollar makes a difference. The link to donate is right below. Thank you for being part of this mission.